have just finished our meeting of the pre-chapter meeting, and we have continued to explore ways of making our theme of conversion more practical and helpful at the general chapter. We are happy to hear that the theme of conversion has been well received throughout the congregation, and we have received many good comments about the animation process. At this meeting, we have with us our facilitator who will help us during our preparation phase for the chapter, but also who will help us during the chapter itself. That is the proposal we are making to the chapter body. We have as our facilitator Brother Paul Michaelenko, a missionary servant of the Most Holy Trinity, who has served many congregations in their chapters and in their meetings. Brother Paul comes with an experience in the area of restructuring, and also he has his doctorate in leadership preparation. And so, Paul, we're happy to welcome you, and we're very grateful that you are with us. Perhaps you could tell us a little bit about your background and some of your ministries.
Thank you, David, and thank you for inviting me to be a part of this process. As you mentioned, for the past 25 plus years, I have been engaged in organizational consultancy as well as facilitation with men's religious communities, both international chapters, some of which took place in Rome, as well as restructuring processes in the United States. My background, being in leadership myself in my own congregation and involved in the Conference of Major Superiors in the United States, has put me in touch with many religious congregations. So it's a pleasure to be able to work with the Oblates of Mary Immaculate.
Thank you, Paul. Also, we have at this meeting particularly emphasized, thanks to Paul's advice and suggestions, we have particularly emphasized the spiritual role of the chapter around the theme of conversion. It is very easy to go quickly into business items, and we have many of them, but we also need to be working within a spiritual context, even a contemplative context. And so, Paul, I would ask, you've read all of our documents to this point, and perhaps you would have a few reflections you could share with us.
I particularly enjoyed the reflections on conversion that a number of your men have written. As you know, a chapter is a spiritual event. It is a time of renewal of the congregation, but there's so much work and busyness that also needs to be accomplished that the tension between the two can be difficult. I think the plan that we've come up with is a way of, as you said, having a contemplative experience of the chapter, accomplishing our business, but also being attuned to, as your own statement says, creating a new heart, a new spirit, and a new mission for the future.
And so we continue to make our preparations. The initial schedule and planning looks very promising, and we are hopeful that it will continue to strengthen and deepen the theme, which is centered on the person of Jesus Christ. We profoundly commit ourselves to a personal and communal conversion in light of the mission. And so we continue to work towards that goal at our chapter, but also as we move on into our future ministries. And so thank you again, Paul, for being with us.
Thank you, David.